minutes. I would love to hear this story, man. It's an old video. We haven't done one of these, this conversation in a minute, but tell us the story about why you stopped carrying a gun.
Which one?
Oh, shit. There was one we did a few years back, and you said, and that was when I'd never carried a gun again after that. Well, I guess I'm assuming illegally.
I stopped carrying a gun. I got caught so many times with carrying guns, man. Back in the day, because people knew I had money, you know. And this is the '80s, and even after dark was cracking, and everywhere I went, I carried a gun. My cousin, I got a cousin in Oakland. He's a jewelry dealer, and he got me into carrying guns. He always carried a 9mm in his little fanny pack. I thought that was so cool, so I started carrying mine. I got caught with my gun like 2 or 3 times, and just so happened, every time I got caught, I was just getting up for summary probation. Because back then they give you summary probation. Okay, got 6 months summary probation. It'd be the 7th month. I just got off for 6 months of summary probation, and they give me another 6. Take my gun, give me another 6. And I think the one time when I go to court. That's what made me stop carrying guns. I go to court in Compton, and the second time I just got off summary probation again. Judge looked at my father and said, "Mr. Williams, you like carrying guns, huh?" I said, "This is the 3rd time you was." I got a case in L.A. I had one in Compton, one in Compton, one in L.A. He said, "This is gonna be your 3rd time getting caught carrying a gun. You got a couple things in your favor. Every time you get caught, it's always your gun. Okay, with anybody's gun other than yours, you'd have a bigger problem. But the problem you got with me today is you haven't learned yet. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you one more chance." He said, "But I'll tell you what, if you get caught with a gun within the next year, I'm gonna give you a year and $1,000 fine to think about it. No problem, Your Honor. You got to worry about me. No, I'm good. And that's when I stopped carrying guns.
That's the story I remember.
That's when I stopped carrying guns. The judge looked at me because back in the day, man, I got a picture of me with my name in gold, and I had a little razor blade attached to my name. I've always wanted a necklace. Had a little razor blade attached to my name, and the judge looked at that razor blade and then my name. "Lonzo, why is there a razor blade attached to your name?" I said, "Because I'm Lonzo, I'm always sharp." Judge said, "Yeah, right, I know. Yeah, okay." He just looked at me and, "Yeah, right, I know." Okay.
The 80s.
I'm just like a mafia. Back in the day, I always dressed like a mafia cat, man. When I went to the club, a lot of times I would wear a suit. I'd have a collar bar on. I was influenced by mafia dressing back in the day. So I always had a nice suit. If I had a tie on, I wore a collar bar. You know, I was always a dapper son of a gun, man. I was just, you know, and I still do it from time to time, but I don't wear a tie that much. And Judge said, "You know, you look like you're a decent young man, but I could tell you're on the wrong path. I'm gonna straighten you. I'm gonna give you one more chance to get on the right path. This is the deal. You got a year on me and $1,000 fine if you get caught with a water pistol in Compton, LA County again. No problem. Got you.
Yeah.
I'm good. Now,
and you learned. A lot of people wouldn't even learn from that. They'll still do it and go to jail, then blame somebody else. When you took personal responsibility, said, "No, this is my problem. I'm done."
Yeah, I just started carrying my money different. I backed up off something being so flashy. I was just as flashy as everybody else, dude. The flash, all it does is attract it to raw. It's like wearing honey, like wearing a honey suit around bees. Get your ass stung. Right. You're gonna get your ass stung. I've been pretty blessed, but I had to start toning myself down. That's all. I mean, not that I went out someplace, I'd always dress up. I like getting dressed. But when it came to running around the neighborhood, I still was me, but I was just toned down a little bit, Doc. I mean, I had rings on every finger like everybody else, Jerry curl, the whole 9 yards. And it just was I was a magnet to the police for years. Oh my God. I didn't get out of the police's crosshairs since I moved to do those. And when I got to do those, all the cops was black that I worked for me, and they was cool. But now the white cops, they did not like me at all. And the fact that a young black man is running this nightclub and they got all these girls and brand new car, and they knew where I lived at too. Oh man, it was not a good time for the Godfather, dude.
You said your pops always kept one in the glove compartment, also, right?
That was another negative influence I had. My daddy carried a gun every day. He in his trunk of his car, he had an old 64 Ford pickup, and they had the truck was all metal, but there was a cutout in the door with like a leather pocket with a big zipper on it. And he kept his 32 and kept money in the car. He kept this is a true story. He kept a gun in the car, money he called a kitty, and the keys never left in the ignition. Never, and it was never locked.
That's so interesting, yeah.
It was never locked. And if you took the keys out the ignition, he would have a fit. He would have a fit. Where are my keys at? He never liked looking for his truck keys.
Wow.
Never liked looking for his truck keys, and he never lost a gun. Somebody did take the gun, but they brought it back. One of my thug buddies, I grew up in the neighborhood, and he worked with us one day cutting lines, knew we had a gun in the car, and he took it. And I don't know what he did with it, but he brought it back. He said he didn't shoot it. He just needed it for I'm on TV. I'm on YouTube. He needed it for a minute, but he brought it back. True story. Wow. Different time, man. Different era, different everything, dude. Different everything.
Damn.
Everything.
Man, we're gonna have to get into that another time, because I can't believe LA used to be a place where you can actually leave your keys in your ignition, go inside the house, sleep all night, and just leave your keys in the ignition. I wouldn't even fathom that nowadays.
My daddy would park his lawnmower truck on the side of the house. Never had a lawnmower, never had a lawnmower chain down and nothing. Nobody, and we never lost a lawnmower. I would drive his truck to parties with lawnmowers on the truck. Never lost a lawnmower. Never. It would be nothing to leave your stuff outside and people just walk past and not bother it. Now, if you're working on somebody's yard, you better lock that shit up. You go to the backyard, you better lock it up in the front.
Hell yeah.
You go in the back, you gotta lock it up. Hey man, we got to roll, dude.
Different time, man. Always a pleasure. Happy 2025 to everyone. Be safe out there. Lonzo, hit him with that outro, man.
For those who never heard of me, I'm the first one to put Dr. Dre in the surgery. Stuck Ice Cube in the freezer until he got cold. On the eve after dark, 50-yard line to Super Bowl. In the movie Straight Outta Compton, they played me like a hater of rap. Don't believe that Hollywood bull, because it was all crap. And I do this every week. My history goes deeper than you'll ever know. Just remember that N.W.A. stands for not without Lonzo. Peace, folks. Happy New Year to you.